Good evening, YouTube. It's Davia Kakashka back with another word. When God says, surely go feed my people, give them something to eat through a mistake that you have made so they won't make the same mistakes. So I start all my intro off with the lack of knowledge, the godly knowledge, the knowledge of God, the wisdom of the Lord, the Bible. So he's saying his people are being destroyed by lack of knowledge because they're not reading it. They're not applying it to their life. They're not using it on a day-to-day. He's saying that because you have ignored my law, I will also ignore you. You and your children, when you call me, you're not my God. You're not my people. You're not my priests. And I will ignore you and your children when you also call me. So that's the intro to all my videos, but I do have a message. Today we have some stuff to cover, and excuse my nails, I gotta do them and my toes when I finish. So I won't be on here long. I just want to give you a message. It's for somebody, because God told me to come on and say this. So Genesis 3:1-7. When the serpent tempted Eve, she ate the forbidden fruit, giving it to Adam as well, and they both ate and realized they were naked. So that is Genesis 3:1-7. So we're talking about today, we're talking about the choices that we're making versus the choices that God wants us to make in our life, because we all have free will. That's what it boils down to, free will. So I wrote some stuff down. Hold on. And I don't have my glasses. I'm sorry. So it's something that God said to me one day when he say, teach them something through a mistake that you have made so they won't make the same mistake. He's talking about his people. He's talking about the people in general. Again, it could be something that I have went through, or a fact that I know for sure that this is a fact. It's not fiction. It's something that really happened. So when God say, you can have anybody but him. You can have anybody but him. I started writing, Lord, I heard you loud and clear. And I understand why you said this to me. And I understand why I wanted to go back. And now I understand why I kept saying what I was saying to you. Like, God, why I keep going back? God, why is it so hard? God, why I keep doing it? And God was saying, shorty, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. But sometimes we make it hard on ourselves. Because when we don't pick up God's law and get his will for our life, we're like a hamster on a wheel. Because again, it goes back to free will. Everybody has it. God don't play about his people. And God don't play about his children. That's one thing I do know about God. The reason why it was so hard, because sometimes it be dark entities, some connected to it. What we're picking up, sometimes it be dark magic attached to it. Sometimes it be our own self-sabotage connected to it. When God created the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge, what God is talking about is a parable. another word for a story in the Bible. He used parables as stories to tell about the Bible. This is a test. God was testing Adam and Eve because generally everybody has free will and they're allowed to choose what they want, whether it be obedience or disobedience. But everybody have free will. The fruit itself was not evil, but the act of the disobedience was in the choice that they made. God commanded, this was God's commandment for his children as well. At this spiritual turning point, this introduces God's knowledge of evil and the separation of God through our consequences and through the choices that we have made. Isaiah 43, 18, 19. God calls us to look forward, not backwards. Forget about the former things and do not dwell on the past, saith the Lord. See, I am doing a new thing in you. Have you not perceived it? Get back on the path, the straight and narrow path, where you can birth new beginnings. Do not stay stuck in old things that God already delivered you from. This is some stuff that God wants us to know. I try to write it all down so I won't forget anything. This is not going to be easy, but it don't have to be as hard as we make it neither. Not everyone can go. Not everyone. We have to stop and think about what God would have for us. Not everybody can go where we go. Not everybody can do what we can do. You have to be anointed and appointed such a time as this. This have to come from God. This comes from the Holy Spirit. It's not my doings. It's what my Father wants me to do. You have to go back to God and ask for instructions. You have to sit and do work on yourself. You have to let God prune you and cut some stuff off of you. You can't do it by yourself. It's too hard. If you can do it, if you could do it by yourself, it would already been done by now. Stop, Diamond. Some of this is an act of darkness. This is not of God. You can no longer serve two gods. This becomes all things toxic. One must ask itself, why am I here? What is the reason for this? Why am I still trying to figure this out? Why am I going back and forth? God is not the author of chaos and confusion. You have to get out of your own way. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to ask yourself, Is this worth my time? You have to ask yourself, what are you getting out of this? Is this adding to your purpose, or is it moving you further from the mission that God have on your life? You have to pull yourself away from this. This is called an empty filter. This is a waste of your time. This is a big distraction. We're talking about when you choose disobedience over obedience. It's a choice. It's free will. This is what we're talking about. Choosing wrong could be a big distraction. Think about, is the person, place, thing, or idea, is it time consuming? Is it taking up too much of your time? God is a jealous God. He don't like it. This is why, and what God mean when he say, we are being perished by lack of knowledge, because anything dark will be exposed by God's light. That's why he's telling us to read. That's why he's telling us to read with understanding. Go back and read his word, his knowledge, his wisdom, his power, his protection over our life. Because a lot of things, God, it looked like delay. It looked like he's not going to do it. It looked like we prayed for it and we got to beg. A lot of it is God's protection for his children. So that's why, certain things have to happen like they do. And we don't understand it. We think it's, we want to complain about it, but no. Also, with this time consuming, it has to line up with, it have to be aligned with God's will that he have for our life. These choices that we're making. Let's see what else I wrote down. Have you ever been in a relationship with somebody, or been with somebody and been together with somebody and it seemed like it's too good to be true? You say to yourself, why is this so hard to let this person go? One might say, why is it so hard to leave this person alone? One may say, I know I'm not crazy, but why is this person treating me like this? One may say, this can't be what God wants for me. Why is it so hard to release this? Is this lust? Is this love? Is this delusional work? Because you know why is it so hard? Because why it's so hard is sometimes people love bomb God's children. Sometimes that's why you have to know the difference. You have to know discernment. It could be a love bomb. It could be a love spell. It could look like you're in love with the wrong person. People, places, things, ideas. It could look like you're just bored with wasting all your time. You have to know who you're entertaining, because the devil don't look like what, how they say red with horns. The devil could look like me. The devil could look like you. The devil could look like When I say me, you, I mean a human. It could have a baseball cap on. It could be clothes. It could be dressed in regular clothes. It's not like, it could be in church. It could be at the bank. It could be at the supermarket. Monitoring spirits. That's why you have to know how to cleanse. That's how have to know how to clear your air. You have to rebuke it. You have to pray to God and ask him how do he want you to handle it. Just not you doing it by yourself. You have to pray and ask God concerning it. You have to know what come from God and what come from the adversary. You have to know what come from you. You have to know what's around you. You have to know who you're entertaining. It could be a whole warlock. It could be a whole male witch. It could be a whole warlock. And it's kind and it's gentle. And it's very charismatic. It is sway. It is smooth. It can look like something you like. It could look like something you adore. At first, it could be very gentleman-like. Until it could be very gentleman-like. It could look like something that you want. Something that you want to be involved with. Until you start spending a lot of your time with it and the mask shift and you see its real face, or the mask slip and you see what's the real intent of the person. It could be a whole demon. It could be a whole devil in disguise. Or if it really like you a lot, it will take the mask off and sit the mask on the table and have a real conversation with you. Depending on how much they like you, they might invest in you. They might breadcrumb you. They might treat you like someone that's cheap. Throwing their whole blessing away and they don't know it. What this does is it's dark energy. It's succubus energy. It's draining energy. It's not of God. It is demoralizing energy. It is pompous, arrogant, and prideful energy. This is not of God. It's an abomination. It's something that God do not like. So when a person is dark energy, and they try to put black magic on you or voodoo or something on you, attached on you, or they try to destiny swap with you, your life, they try to take your life or trade your life, because they feel like for whatever reason they want your life, and it's not our life, it's the life that God gave us. I didn't ask for this. God gave it to me, so I see fit not to waste my blessing. I play a lot of games, but I don't play with God. If he tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. So the dark energy and the darkness could look like a swap of your spiritual beliefs. But if you don't know God's law, then you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And you're going to think that that's right, that you can do that. But nobody can destiny swap with God's children. Nobody could put black magic or voodoo on God's children. It goes back to them. And you know what it do? It knocks them off of their game. It makes them delirious. It makes them like they're going crazy. Because, again, what you put on God's children, God will make it. God will make us bulletproof, like where it can't hit us. So he'll put us a proof over us. He'll put a shield over us so it bounces off of us. And if it get on God, what he do is he throw it back to them. So it's like a boomerang. So it hits them and they don't know how to deal with it. They don't understand like how they get away from that. How they beat that. Like I've been putting spells on people for years. Like how'd she get out of the spell? How did it happen? Like so, and they be wanting to tell us like I put a whole hex on you. How'd you get out of it? Or I dropped this on you. How'd you have it? How'd you get out of it? Like I left some of my clothes somewhere one time. And I was telling the guy, I'm like, yo, you're not going to be dancing around my stuff with a lit candle. And I started laughing. But no, for real. Like, yeah, people be doing stuff all the time. I kindly threw that stuff in the trash. I didn't need it anymore. I wanted it because it was mine, but I was not going to wear it again. Because I feel like if I left my stuff somewhere, it's no longer mine. But I did collect the items, and I throw them in the trash. But I play a lot of games. Like I said, I don't play with God. And I will rebuke the hell out of you and send you back to sender. That's why nothing can get on me. And that's why nothing's ever going to happen to me. Unless it's supposed to happen to me. And if something happened to me and it's not God's will, you might as well kiss your life goodbye. Because God's not playing with his children. He's not going to let nothing happen to me. And he's not going to let anybody do anything to me. So if you guys are out here doing stuff and don't believe what I'm saying, take it back to God. And he's going to tell you what I'm talking about. He's going to break it all down for you. So what else I have? You know, God is not playing about his children. When God's children cry, the angels blow a trumpet. When the trumpet sound, it goes to heaven. That's why everybody can't pray for you, because your prayer got to go straight to heaven and it'll be answered. Like it goes straight. Soon as you release it off your lips, God receive it. Depending on who pray it. That's why everybody shouldn't pray over you. But my tears, when somebody hurt me, when I cry, it gets God's attention like that. It's like when you have a little baby and your little baby cry. The mother know if it's 10 babies in a room, whose baby that is by the sound of the cry. God knows his children when we cry. And it sound the alarm, it sound the trumpet in heaven. And God came to see about me. And he's not playing about me. So for anybody that's doing anything crazy, if it's not too late, I'm asking y'all to stop right now. Because you know what? God is telling me to make this message for a final warning. You will lose everything messing with a child of God. It's not worth it. Your finances will be messed up. Your health will be messed up. You'll never have another relationship. You will never be happy. You have to go back and you have to apologize. You have to go back to God sincerely to the person. You have to apologize to the person if you did anything wrong to them. And you have to go back to the person. So nobody's holding you for nothing. I'm not holding nobody for anything. God is not holding you for anything. But it's a way to have to do everything, especially concerning a child of God. Because I'm not regular. I'm not just a regular schmegular type of chick. Even though, some people try to put me in a regular category, that's not who I am. That's not who I am. That's not who God's going to tell you I am. He got me at a high-ranking position. I'm not in competition with nobody. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. If I can't help you, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave you alone. If I can't help you and I see that you don't want my help, I'm going to leave you alone. You know why? Because you're already showing me what it is. And I turn you over to God. And that's when your healing starts. But if you deny your healing, it's on you. But that's all I can do for you. You gotta know who you're entertaining. You gotta understand the effect that and the foolishness that you guys are doing when you do this draining energy to children of God, this black magic and all this warlock stuff and all of this hocus pocus bullshit. When y'all are doing all of that stuff, you got to be careful because it's going back to you. That's why you guys are feeling like that. That's why you're feeling so sad and so bad, because you're throwing a hex on your whole self. You're throwing a hex on your whole body, trying to get to somebody that's not even thinking about you. Do it look like I'm thinking about anybody? No, because I'm not. Because you know what I have to do? Work. I have work to do. But this is your last and final warning. You have to stop. You cannot throw a hex or black magic or voodoo on a child of God. You can't do it. You can't. I'm going to rebuke it. The angel's going to trump the horn, and God's coming down, and you know what he's going to do? He's coming straight to you. If you don't believe that he's coming straight to you, I want you to go on my email or go on my DM. I don't have Facebook no more. It's deactivated. But go in my DM and tell me if I'm lying. Tell me you're not going through hell right now. Because nobody's going to say, how did she beat it? Or another woman's not going to say, the last time I threw that on there, I killed somebody. The last time I threw that on somebody dropped dead. How is she beating it? Who is she? So now they're like, who is she? Just because I don't tell y'all who I am, because I don't brag about stuff like this. And I don't have to do nothing, and I don't have to say nothing. But God told me to come make this video because he's tired of it. And I'm like, God, I'm not worried about none of it. He said, no, go make the video. Because he can make a whole lot of people sit down. If you didn't already ruin your life. People got transmitted diseases that they can't get rid of. Ain't saying nothing. Just how he sleep with everybody. God is not happy about that. And if you're going to have it, use protection. And if you're going to have it, and if you're going to be sleeping with men and women, if you're going to be sleeping with men and women, yes, I said that. At least be common courtesy to tell the next person that you pick up. And protect yourself. People out here sick. They struggling with their finances. They about to throw a whole hex on themselves and mess their whole life up. Because what? Because you don't want to sit down and do the work on yourself? That's disgusting of a person not to want to clean themselves up and do the work on themselves. Everybody have to do some work sometime. So God is not playing, because you guys are out here living reckless. And I'm a mess all by myself. But like I said, when I start crying, God's concerned about it. And he's coming to see. And he's coming straight to you. Like, you don't know that I see that you're watching me. You don't know who I am. I could read people's mind. I could scan your whole mind. I see that you're watching on my channel right now. For what? For what reason? You want to learn something about God? You want to learn something about Jesus? The one you said you didn't know? Because he's all that I know. And he's not playing concerning me. So I hope you're getting a teaching so you can teach somebody something. So go back to God and ask him, what do you want? What do he want you to learn from it, and how he wants you to apply this to your life since you want to be on here. Lord, let me teach him something. In Jesus' name, amen. We have to learn from our free will to be obedient or to be disobedient. We have to learn how to put the most important thing in front of us and throw the rest over our shoulder until we're healthy enough to work with it, because it's going to be like we're going to be like a hamster on the wheel, and these relationships are out of control, and these situationships are out of control. That's why God's saying what he's saying about his knowledge and understanding for our life. We can't stay like this. God don't like it. God don't like it. We can't stay like this. We have to do better. As a person, as a human, we have to do better. You guys are sleeping around, married, sleeping around. Just everybody sleeping around and nobody don't care no more. Nobody don't care about this one. Nobody cares about that one. Some of you guys need to heal your childhood traumas. Some of you guys need to heal the triggers in your life. Because there's no way, like I said, some of you guys are sleeping with the same sex. Male and female, sleeping with the same sex, and then getting out of that bed and going home to your wife, and then getting out of that bed and going to your side piece, and then getting out of that bed and going to your girlfriend, and getting out of that bed and going back home. How disgusting is that? But nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. Everybody just want to have fun. Everybody just want to have fun. When are you going to sit down and heal yourself? I'm talking about the women. When are you going to sit down and heal yourself? I'm talking about the men. When are you going to sit down and heal yourself? When are you going to stop playing games? When it's too late? When you catch something that you can't get rid of? We got to take a pill every day for the rest of your life. At some point, you have to stop and say, you know what? This is getting out of control. I gotta. And you're going to try to go back to somebody that's good. That's going to be too late, because good people don't wait around forever. A good sale don't wait around forever. You know how when you're in the mall and you see something, you be like, dang, I should have got it when it was on sale. I should have got it when I saw it. Guess what? It's going to be gone. That nice leather coat, or that nice short set, or that nice, whatever it's going to be, a pants set, whatever, a skirt, whatever it's going to be, it's on sale. It's nice. Nice stuff don't stay around for a long time. Good people don't stay around for a long time. Nobody's waiting until you shuck and jive and do all the stuff that you want to do. Have 50 partners and then come back sick, talking about something, I'm ready. Ready for what? What you ready to do? That's the video for today. When God says surety, give the people a message, do a mistake that you have made, or so they won't make the same mistake, or something that you know is true, go drop it on the people. We got to do better. It's getting ready to be a new year. We got to do better. And I'm not taking nothing old in a new year with me. So I love you guys. Stay blessed. Stay prayed up. And most of all, stay safe. Because people out here playing games. And they playing with their whole life. And if they playing with their life, you think they're going to care about your life? No, because they out here playing in people's face. But God said, touch my anointing and do my prophet no harm. So now, everybody that did that to somebody, they cursed their whole life and don't even know it. Some people got 7 years a spiritual jail. Some people got 10 years. They're going to have to sit because now you owe. You owe God. You owe because he's going to want it. He's going to want it. And you know what you can do? You might could lie to yourself, but you can't lie to God. When you say, Lord, Lord, is he coming to help you? Or is he going to say, no, depart from me, for I never knew you? Or he's going to say, or he's going to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. You've been faithful over a few things, so I'll make you ruler over everything. Nobody's perfect. I'm not even perfect. But one thing I don't do is I don't lie to myself and I don't play with God. When he say stop, let it go, don't touch it. A couple times I didn't listen. I got burnt. I was like, God, that hurt. He was like, yeah, because you ain't listen. You learned now? Now go teach it. That's why I'm here. I'm not here because I want to be here. I got stuff to do. I do not want to be here. You see how my nails look? Tore up. My toes is messed up. I didn't get no service. So now I got to go and do it myself. I got to go because I got to do it myself. So I'm just telling you guys, be mindful over how you're treating people and how you, y'all got to be mindful because God is not pleased. Anytime he sent me on here to say something about this kind of stuff, I'm like, God, I don't want to say nothing. He said, no, write it down and go tell them. Because this is their last and final warning. If they already didn't throw a whole hex on their life, trying to throw and reel in something that they don't even supposed to have in the first place. Well, hasta mañana. See you in the morning. I'm done. I'm cool. I'm Gucci. I'm out. Love you, beautiful people. When God says, shorty, go give him another message, that's when you'll see my pretty face. Done. 1.